इसको ऐसी मौत देंगे ये अपने आप को शेर नहीं समझती है ना इसे शेर के सामने फेंको
Yo, what is up? This is your boy Guru back with a new video. I've been down on my uploading game. As you can tell, I have not uploaded any videos in the last 2 weeks or so, and this is because I have lost an entire folder of videos, a lot of subfolders and a lot of clips, totaling some maybe 50 over clips and all kinds of videos in various stages of completion. So I started all over again and made a couple of recordings, and so today I have a clip for you on the 132A Tier 9 Chinese light tank. For those of you who are thinking of going up this Chinese light tank line because of the 1321 Tier 10, which I think a lot of players have been raving about. It is the most decent of all the Tier 10 light tanks. So today we are in steps on the east spawn, and I go right into the middle to try to get the early spot on those guys crossing, and I managed to get that one shot off, and I have to run away now because I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. This is after all a light tank. It doesn't have a lot of hit points. It is a very fragile kind of tank. I don't want to take any early hits. I want to save my HP for the late game. I also didn't want to hang around there for too long because this gun takes a long time to aim. It has a 2.11 second aim time with a dispersion value of 0.39, and after firing it has a 2.87 dispersion value, which means it takes a while to aim for the reticule to get to its maximum tightness and for you to hit your shots. And it only has a 5-degree gun depression, so I do not want to sit on the top there for as long as as I did. I want to leave as quickly as possible, because with 5 degrees of gun depression you are actually exposing yourself a little bit too much for them. You're a bit of an easy target for the enemy. As you can see, that 131 overextended himself there, and he paid the price with his life. I managed to get a shot off that 1390 before crawling up here and punishing that T50 for poking over a little bit too much. To make this gun work, you really need to fully aim. My aim time right now is 2.06 seconds, which isn't too bad. Previously it was worse because I did not have BIA crew. I invested the 100 gold on each crew during the sale, and I brought them up to speed with BIA because I realized this tank desperately needed the BIA skill. And I also run food on this tank. However, I don't run any vents on this tank because I prefer the optics over the vents. I feel that the view range game is a lot more important for a tank like this. The WZ-132A has 1250 hit points, and it has no armor at all. 50 in the front of the hull, 25 on the side, 20 at the back, and on the turret 55 in the front, 35 on the side, and 20 at the back, which is absolutely meaningless because anything can pen you. The average damage per minute on this gun right now is 2583. In its current configuration, it does about 320 average damage and 220 average penetration with AP shells. And with the APCR, you get about 248 millimeters of penetration. If you noticed, I just switched out to APCR when I was shooting that Tiger 2 in the lower plate. Now the special thing about this tank isn't the shells. The special thing about this tank it's the mobility. and the camouflage values. Now the camouflage isn't as good as a 1390, it isn't as good as an RU-251 in tier 9, but it is almost the same, or in fact it's exactly the same as a T54 lightweight in terms of camouflage values. It is not exactly fantastic, but it is very good and very handy, very good for the job indeed, especially if you have complete camouflage skills for your light tanks, then it'll be very handy indeed. Once again, when playing with this tank, it is very important for you to fully aim before you take your shot, because this gun takes a long time to aim with its huge reticle bloom. It is difficult to manage, and at the moment we are already down by 4 tanks, and that 1390 is being a real pain in the ass. I've decided to come forward to support that IS-6 out in the front. I have a feeling that the 1390 is being predatory right now, and he's looking to finish off that IS-6 for an easy kill. I have a slight inkling that they are being very confident in the way they play right now, and they want to finish off this game as quickly as possible. So what I'm trying to do is take up position behind this IS-6 and be ready to support him if needed to. And as you can see, the 1390 is already coming up, looking for the opportunity to flank, and here he comes. And what I did here was the right thing. I decided to switch out my ammo to the HE shell and try to get this guy with a big damage, and I managed to get a great shot on him. Get him on fire, and it finishes him off. But the IS-6 took more damage than necessary. He is down to a 1 shot, and just like that I killed the E75, took out that 1390, and I caught this Type 62 off guard. I was worried there that he would pull down before I could pull the trigger, but I had to make sure that I had the sure shot before I pulled the trigger. I had to let my reticle completely shrink before I finally shoot that guy. I catch this T28 off guard, I fully aim, and I shoot him in the ass. So it's just a matter of actually finishing them, cleaning up at the moment. I'm feeling fairly confident right now. I don't know where that Borsig is. He has not been spotted. But in any case, I'm full HP. I could take a hit from him if I needed to. And there he is. But it wasn't him that shot me. It was the RT waiting to shoot me in the face. But anyway, we managed to take out that RT. And it's just a matter of finishing off this Borsig. I tried to use this hump and try to duke him if I could, and I managed to duke 1 shot from him. Remember, Borsig shells have a very slow velocity, so you can actually duke those shells if you can anticipate, and he managed to duke a shot from you. Well done to him. So now it's just a matter of finishing him off. Oh, there's an STRV there. I'll try to avoid getting shot from him. He's ducked down to the corner. I will shoot this RT. Nice shot from him. Oh, he manages to shoot me, but he only stunned me, so I'm alright. And the STRV has caught me on fire. I am a GG, burned to death. This tank almost never burns. It's okay if you carry food. It seldom ever burns. Don't worry about it. This is like 1 in every 20-30 games, so don't worry about it. So anyway, GG. I've done my part. Remember, this tank is about mobility and camouflage. Use that to your advantage. In terms of fun, this tank is not as fun as a 54 lightweight or an RU-251, but nevertheless I did 4,917 damage, 1,783 spotting. I got a first class high caliber Confederate and tank sniper badges, among others. Now in terms of performance, this tank ranks as one of the best tier 9 light tanks there is, second only to my 1390. I think it averages around 3,000 WN8. This game itself was a 16,000 WN8 game, so it was a big game for me anyway. Now in terms of fun, I would rank this as quite kind of frustrating. I would put it behind the RU. I think the RU-251 is the most fun tank. And next comes the 1390, the T-54 lightweight, and the T-49. This would rank last in terms of fun, but in terms of performance, it is proven itself. It has a 3000 WN8. It's very good. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you've made it all the way to the end, I'll see you soon on the next video. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Thanks a lot. Bye.